Good morning, guys, and welcome. My name's Connor. This is the Hotheads Media YouTube channel. This is your weekly update. So we bring you all the latest news and information so you can stay informed, stay ahead in our dynamic industry. So we've got a jam-packed show for you today. We're going to jump straight into it. And the first bit of information I want to show you guys from last week is the global IT glitch that happened from Microsoft. Now, the reason I wanted to show this to you guys is because it does affect our industry. We had payment system and online booking apps that went down. It affected many other industries, but I just thought it was a good thing to share with you guys. So I'm going to jump in and show you a little clip now.
Now back to normal after what's being called the largest IT outage in history. It was set off by a glitch in a software update from the cybersecurity company CrowdStrike, and it crippled computers around the world. Screens at airports, grocery stores, subways, even Times Square were either left blank or with blue error messages. Some hospitals even felt the impact as well. Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center postponed any procedure requiring anesthesia.
And this global outage resulted in more than 4,000 flight cancellations around the world. And here in the U.S., that was at least 2,600 flights that were canceled, resulting in crowds and long lines at airports. At LaGuardia Airport, the global IT glitch meant announcements using megaphones and going old school, blank digital boards with a manual check-in system.
They're doing everything by paper right here, so they're writing everything out.
So it's like,
We're back to the 80s.
it really is a shame on, how one website or one update can cripple a whole world.
The sudden surge of stranded airline passengers meant rental car companies had run out of vehicles. If you are going to be traveling even today, it is best to check your flight status before you head out to the airport.
Well, the global outage had some people asking the question, what is CrowdStrike? Well, it is a multi-billion-dollar Texas-based cybersecurity firm. It helps Fortune 500 companies protect their Microsoft systems from hackers and viruses. CrowdStrike says the issue happened when a faulty update was deployed to computers running Windows.
So a small update crippled so many industries, and I just thought that was interesting to show you guys because it is crazy how reliant on tech we actually are. So I'm going to leave that there and we're going to move on now. So we've got some education news for you guys now. So Creative Head, they're doing some free education for hairdressers. Now this is relevant to barbers as well. So join STA Studios for a whole host of unique creative gatherings designed to support you in mindful and meaningful ways. The careful, curated lineup of events is tailored to help you navigate life in the dynamic world of hair, offering opportunities for growth, networking, and inspiration. So we're going to have a quick look at what this says. So it's free education by hairdressers for hairdressers. That's what we just read there. So this is the social media masterclass for hair pros. Feeling lost, uninspired, or overwhelmed in the world of social media? I think that can relate to a lot of people. Join us for an immersive morning surrounded by industry experts who will guide and reignite your passion for being creative online. Sounds great. So this is creative immersion with Sarah Black, looking to connect with others in the industry. To feel inspired, try something new, or expand your horizons. This is for you. Explore new artistic expressions and create stunning homeware pieces. Led by the renowned hairdresser and artist Sarah Black, get creative away from the chair. So this is a Stay in Chat. Stay in Chat offers a unique opportunity to dive into the freelance hairdressing world, discover first-hand experiences from leading session stylists, columnists, and educators who share their successes and challenges, providing all spectrum of insights into the freelance industry. That sounds really interesting. I like the sound of that. So this is Business of Balayage. This is obviously more around hairdressers, but we know as barbers, a lot of people are doing colour now. Get up and close and personal with balayage specialist Samantha Cusack. Samantha will share colour secrets to building busy columns, from the latest techniques and product choices to her experience in creating client demand. Expect an open and honest discussion on all things balayage. So waitlists are now open. If you want to secure your space, you head over to stastudios.com/events. Add your name to each event waitlist you want to attend. That means you're on the list and you can grab tickets when the event goes live. So yes, this is said it's just for hairdressers, but you know, as barbers, we can get some good education there as well. And I always say we're pretty much the same industry, so there's no point in segregating yourself, and free education is free education. So head over to there today and select your courses you want to go and see and get your tickets. So I'm also going to keep sharing the 1 Minute Barber because his education platform and his community is amazing. I'm part of that. Every day I get up, I watch some videos, take some quizzes, watch the Q&As that I always miss. I never get a chance to see them live, but there's so many things going on. It's just a great platform and a great education platform to join, and it's a great community. So if you want to be part of that, you DM Barber to the 1 Minute Barber, or you can follow this link here. And what you can do is you can follow the link and get joined up like that. So I'm going to keep shouting out this each week, 1 Minute Barber, because I just think it's incredible. So well done, Michael. They are releasing a paid sector within that, and it's going to give you more videos and different things that you don't get as a free member. But it looks incredible, so I can't wait to see that launch as well. So Andis, they've got a new release on the Master Cordless, and it's got a new blade. So we've amped up the Master Cordless clipper with upgraded PHAZE blade and added the all-new MFORCE blade to the GTXEXO trimmer. So this is the Masters in black, look quite cool in black. I definitely prefer them in black than the silver. This is the new PHAZE blade. Looks good. And this is the new blade, and it's called the MFORCE blade on the GTXEXO trimmer. If you do go and get that, let me know. I'd like to find out how good that is or isn't. I've got a few clippers I need to purchase before I start branching into Andis, but I do like the GTXEXO. So Marv released this post the other day. This is, what is the best affordable clipper for beginner barbers? Here are 3 options I recommend. Now, these options are great for any level of stylist. When I looked at it, I didn't think it was just for barbers, but if you are a beginner barber, these are good ones as well. So the TPOB Play, $125, sorry. So if you want to buy it in the UK, it does work out about 125 British pound. This is going to be my next clipper purchase. I can't wait to grab one of these. They are great. So what's next? The Wahl Senior. So it's $130. I think you can pick that up for about 120 Great British pounds. I do have the Senior. I love it. It's one of my go-to clippers. It's great for all levels of stylist. And the Wahl Magic Clip. This is $101, and I think you can pick it up for around 80 to 90 Great British pounds. All 3 of them clippers are great. The Magic Clip is definitely more suited to a beginner barber. And yeah, that's 3 great recommendations. So moving on. Uppercut have now released a control cream. Now, this was sent to us from Uppercut, and that was sent to us by from Greg from Uppercut. Thanks, Greg, if you're watching this, for sending us that. We got our hands on one of the first ones. This was a couple of weeks ago, and I really like the control cream. It's great for curls, and I really enjoyed it when I was diffusing some curls into one of my clients' hairs. So Light Hold Control Cream is a moisture-rich formula designed to boost the conditions of the cuticle whilst being lightweight enough to smooth out the cuticle layer. In layman's terms, your hair will look and feel smoother without being weighed down, or if you suffer from flatness. So it's great for straighter hair as well. Curly hair is especially prone to frizz, and Control Cream was designed with this in mind. If you're looking for frizz control in unruly hair and curl enhancer, or a light hold product for untamed hair, then the Control Cream is for you. Now, I have got my hands on this, and I do think this is a great product. So you can go and get yours now from Uppercut, or order some. I'm sure you can get it online, but go into your nearest retailer now, and I'm sure they will have that. So let's move on. So the Great British Barber Bash, it is coming to Birmingham on the 6th of October 24. So join us for a brilliant day of barber culture, education and socialising. So I've never actually been to a barber bash, but I probably am going to go to this one in Birmingham. It's only around the corner from me in Coventry. So there's a huge lineup of 100 barbers presenting and taking part. Brilliant new venue, 2 big barber battles, get involved, finals of the new Blood 24 competition, lots of great companies exhibiting. So that sounds great. looks like there's some big names attending. So, like I say, I think I'm going to go. And they do something now called the New Blood Competition, and this is for new barbers. So I'm going to show you this now. So New Blood Competition 2024 registration. We are looking for new barber talent. To enter, you must have no more than 3 years experience. You must have begun your career no earlier than the 1st of June 2021 to be eligible to enter. So entries will be judged after the closing date, the 15th of September 24. So get your entries in before then. If you are chosen by the judges to be a finalist at our Birmingham show, you will be notified on the 18th of the 9th. So that's the 18th of September 24. Please send your picture with a simple background, no clutter, no gowns. Your photograph must be taken vertically and not cropped. A good, well-composed picture will represent your cut style better and give you a stronger chance to reach in the final. So if you do get in that, prizes. So this is the winner. Winner will receive a trophy and a product bundle worth £1,000. That sounds good. Second place will receive a trophy and a product bundle worth £600. And third place will receive a trophy and a product bundle worth £400. So this is the criteria down here to enter. If you head over to the Barber Bash, you can find the link and you can go and get entered in the New Blood competition. So good luck with that. So staying on competitions, Wahl, this was released by Simon Shaw the other day. Wahl have now got they've got a scholarship that's been running for a couple of years, but now applications for this year, you can get your application in. So the closing date for this is the 19th of August. So you actually haven't got long, you've got a couple of weeks. So fantastic opportunity for some of the best. Apply now through the fellowship website. So we look forward to working with you. So what have I done? I've done the hard work so you don't have to. We've gone to the website. So when I went on the website looking for the Wahl scholarship, I found that they do a lot of different competitions, and they did a lot of different scholarships. So you've got Fame Team, Club Star, Project Colour, Project X, Project Afro, Project Men and Media, Project Sassoon, Project Extend. So this is a hair.com scholarship, Sassoon scholarship, Wahl scholarship, Trevor Sorbet creative scholarship. So that's loads. And I thought this was really interesting. So I thought, right, let's have a look. Let's see what we can do. Now, to enter these competitions and be part of and in for a chance of winning these scholarships or applying for these competitions, you have to be a member of the Fellowship for British Hairdressing. And I didn't know how much it cost. I didn't know how much you have to pay yearly or per month. And I didn't know what the criteria was, only that you had to be a member. So I thought, right, let's go and do some research for you guys, because I think this is really affordable and I think this is great. So if you are 16 to 18, you can find this all the information on the Fellowship hair.com website. So let's say if you're 16 to 25, it's going to cost you about $5.95 a month. If you are a member, it's going to cost you around $19.95 a month, so £20 a month. And you can enter all these competitions. You'll be in the chance to win these scholarships and other big competitions, like I say. And if you are an international non-UK resident, it's going to cost you about £10.95 a month. So you get different things with that. You get access to all education content, the knowledge through the fellowship app 24/7. So they got an app, that sounds good, available via your PC, tablet, mobile, Apple and Android. So you get audition for our 12-month project mentoring program, completing our prestigious annual fellowship awards, addition to be part of the Young Creative Fame Team platform, enjoy free tickets to our live member events, raise your profile on social media channel and Fellowship magazine, grow your skills with live creative workshops, network at our live events with industry icons. So I think that's well worth even the biggest package, which is probably going to be the most popular, and that's about £20 a month. So yeah, I thought that was really interesting to show you guys, and I'm not actually a part of the British the Fellowship Hair myself, but I need to probably go and get sorted with that. Not that I'm necessarily going to go and enter any competitions and stuff, but I think it's great for people to go and become a member and go and get entered into some of them competitions and go and see some of them scholarships, because the fellowship is a great organisation to be a part of anyway, and then you get all them added extras. So now we're going to move on to the hot topic of the week. Now, the hot topic of the week is quite a hot topic, and I've had a lot of discussion about this already with different people, and it is the King's Speech and how it's going to affect our industry. So the King's Speech in Parliament highlights key changes for the hair and beauty industry. Now, this is a post by the National Hairdressers and Barbers Federation social Instagram page. So let's read through it. So today, the King's Speech outlines several key changes that will significantly affect the hair and beauty industry. Here's a simple breakdown of 2 key laws announced this afternoon and what they mean for our sector. So the Employment's Right Bill and the Skills England Bill. So the Employment Rights Bill. Within the first 100 days, the government will introduce a new deal for working people. So what this means is the minimum wage increase introduces a genuine living wage that takes account for the cost of living. The minimum wage will go up, which means higher pay for staff. Age bands removed. Everyone, regardless of age, will be paid the same minimum wage. Penalties for non-compliance. Companies that do not follow these rules will face penalties, making flexible working the default from day one for all workers. Wow. So the Employment's Rights Bill industry impact. So there will be increased costs for anyone who pays staff wages. We are currently feeding in evidence to the Low Pay Commission about future wage rates. Wage rises are likely to happen again in April next year. The National Hairdressers and Barbers Federation is pushing for a rise in wages to be counteracted by targeting support through employer incentives for apprenticeship. So that's what the National Hairdressers and Barbers Federation are trying to push forward. So the Skills England Bill. Skills England will bring together businesses, providers, unions, mayoral combined authorities, have a new partnership with employers at its heart. The government will also reform the apprenticeship levy. So what this means is simplify and improve the skills system, assess national and local skills needed, working with industry, migration advisory committee, unions and the industry strategy council, identify the training for which growth and skills levy will be accessible. This includes consulting on and maintaining a list of levy eligible training to ensure value for money, and that the mix of government funded training available to learners, employers aligns with the skills needed. So Skills England Bill industry impact. So National Hair and Barbers Federation will work with government to shape the proposals and continue to lobby government and make sure the support to employers for apprenticeships is not reduced in any way, particularly through the new growth and skills levy. So you can check out the manifesto from the National Hairdressers and Barbers Federation if you head over to their website. Covered 4 key themes to ensure that the hair and beauty sector thrives and gets the recognition and support from the government that it truly deserves. So I'm going to read out a few comments that were put on this, and I think this explains it quite well, and I think this gives you a good idea about people's thoughts on the matter and what the King's Speech and these new regulations and laws mean for them. So evolution, modern grooming. So to cover the wage rise, we'll probably have to increase our prices, which increases your turnover. If you go over the VAT threshold, you're then rewarded with an extra 20% tax liability on your gross profit. No one will be employing anymore. So you're completely right. I don't employ anyone anymore. Everyone's on a rent-a-chair basis here. And I think this is going to affect barbering and hairdressing and probably beauty as well. If they raise raise the VAT threshold from, I know they've just raised it from 80 to 85, but I think it needs to go higher, because I know a lot of business are keeping with under that threshold just so they don't have to pay VAT, and I think that is actually stifling the sector, and it's probably stifling our economy, because as we know, the hair and barbering and beauty sectors are the lifeline of our high streets, and it's the only businesses keeping our high streets open at the moment. So it's not about the time that we as an entire industry stood up and protest like the French would to say enough is enough. There are thousands of owners and stylists that should all be knocking on number 10's door in protest to what these changes signify. It would simply not be possible to run a business and make profit at all. So enough chatter. Then he tags in the National Hairdressers Barbers Federation or Social, Salon Employers Association, Hairdressers Journal. We need to stand up now and make some proper noise. Enough is enough. So there's a general consensus here, if you can't tell. I really do worry for the industry and have done since COVID. Stylists now are mostly self-employed, exactly what I was saying, with no overheads, working 2 days a week and undercutting salon prices hugely and taking cash only, obviously under the VAT threshold too. That pretty much sums up the whole industry at the moment. The local salons near me are all looking to employ stylists, but there are none to be had. Same with apprenticeships. The industry has been well and truly crucified. That's a great statement right there. We'll never take on an apprentice again. I'm always pushing for people to go and do a fast track course. Go and check out my video on certified and recommended fast track courses in the UK if you are a barber. And actually, again, if salons and salon owners are saying they don't want to take on apprentices anymore, then the state of the industry is in like a pretty sorry state, because that's where most of the apprentices come through, is the hairdressing sector. This will really hit our industry hard. I think it's just crazy. I think we struggle enough as it is as a hairdressing, barbering and beauty industry. We don't get enough support, and it's just crazy that this is going to be passed through. So I just don't understand. A learner can go full-time college and receive less than industry standard training, not be able to get a job at the end of it and get a penny, yet an apprenticeship will give them the skills and knowledge for sustainable employment, is outpacing affordability for employers. Yes, it would be great to see an employer incentive, but not just because wages have gone up. National Hairdressers and Barbers Federation, you need to be lobbying government against wage increases, as this will drive employers and learners through the college doors. Yeah, 100%. Let's just do one more. So this is Cloud9 Hair Studio. How does the government expect us small businesses to survive with plans like this? 100%. It is ridiculous. After paying staff and all expenditure, including VAT, there'll literally be nothing left. It certainly won't be worth me employing in the future. Exactly what I said. It's just not worth employing anymore. Our bills are still going up after COVID. You want to buy any products in, you want to buy anything for the shop, it's all going up. VAT has gone up 5,000. You know, the threshold's gone up £5,000, which literally does nothing, in my opinion. It's just a gesture that really just doesn't make any impact at all, with no actual support for apprenticeships, and with the fact that the wage increases now, you're going to be paying somebody the same at 16 than you are at 25, and I just think it's just not affordable anymore. So it's crazy to see these come out, to see these new laws being impacted, and this new government. I think a lot of people thought that this new government was going to be a bit of a fresh feeling to the country, and for the hair and barbering industry straight away is feeling the impact of this new government. So we're just going to have to see how this all plays out for us, and hopefully people like the National Hairdressers and Barbers Federation are going to be listened to. So that is the hot topic of the week. That is the King's Speech. And we are now going to move on to the Artist Spotlight, because we've got some great artists to share this week. So first up in the Artist Spotlight is Strive Barber. So Strive Barber and Tattoo. I just like their page. There was a good haircut that I seen, and it was, I think it was this one actually. I quite like this. I like the shape of it. Nice curls. Looks like a great haircut. Not my usual style or strength. That's what he said, but it looks great. And I like the shop. Shop looks great as well. Nice, it's modern, it's clean, like that. So Strive Barbers, you're the first in the Artist Spotlight this week. You came up on my feed, so I'm going to give you a shout out. So V the Barber, So I'm going to give him a shout out just because I seen one of these posts and I didn't know if this was like a new thing. When I say a new thing, you see what he's got on his thumb here? I didn't know if this was a new contraption to help you cut. But later going on, I think he's just hurt his thumb, but I'm going to give him a shout out anyway. So he does step-by-step tutorials. He's obviously gone and watched Men's Spa or Hair in Motion or something like that. He's obviously gone and done one of their courses. But you know what? It looks like he does some great haircuts. This one's great. This is the one that actually led me to it. And I think this is real clean. Like the colour, like the shape, like the transition, like the gradient on the haircut. So I thought this was great. So I want to give you a shout out. And that is v.the.barber. So he's a men's hairstylist in Northampton. So you can go and get booked up with him. And last in the artist spotlight this week is Sink and Anchor. So they are in Edinburgh. So you can, again, it's got their location. I like that. I don't have to click too far. They obviously use a lot of Captain Fawcett. And this is the post that brought me here. The reason I like this is they're having trouble playing the video, but I like a good pattern. You know, I'm really into my patterns, do creative designs and stuff like that. That's what brought me to them. Like this one, it's got like some nice skateboards and that. We've got loads of skateboards in our thing. In our shop, so I just like the style of the shop. I like the colours, I like the haircuts, and that was interesting. Yep, that's a post there with Leaf, and they obviously attended Barber Connect this year, so I just wanted to give them a shout out, and that is Sink and Anchor. Now we have got a good Q&A for you today, and we're going to crack straight on with it because we haven't got loads of time. So, first up, do you know if the G&B Pro bag is the same one on Amazon? They look alike. I do believe G&B Pro, they're the travel bags, and they do have a shop on Amazon. Although, if you go to G&B Pro directly, they probably give you better discounts, and they probably give you loyalty rewards, and, you know, they probably have better products. But, yeah, it is the same one. So, number 2, what is a barber? So a barber, in my understanding, is a professional that cuts and styles men's hair and beards. That's pretty much it in a nutshell. I'm going to move on. So number 3, I've been trying to research everything I need to buy to start a barbering career, just finding things a bit expensive. Can you recommend me any ideas on the bare minimum? So if you head down my channel, you'll find a barbering toolkit. Now, that's the barbering toolkit I use every day, and it's quite a small amount of things that you need. So go and watch that video, and it'll give you an idea about what clippers, like mini clippers, tools, combs, are the basics for any day in the shop or go traveling or anything like that. That's a great video to watch. But get yourself a good pair of clippers, a good pair of scissors and thinning scissors, good pair of minis, a couple of variations of combs, different sizes, a clipper comb, a taper comb, and a cutting comb. Get a cricket brush and get a vent brush, and that's pretty much all you need. Get yourself a good hairdryer. I always recommend Parlux, although I am enjoying the Wahl Vanquish at the minute. Babyliss, not so much, but you can go and watch that unboxing on my channel if you're into that. But I like a Parlux, so hopefully that's helped. Number 4, do you know anyone that designs and fits barbershops? I need some recommendations. Not really. I've always done mine myself. A good thing you can do is go on Pinterest. There's a lot of different barbershops on there. Don't go and steal someone's style directly, but you can go and pick different things on there. Just type in barbershops and you'll get a lot of inspiration from that. Is the barber industry, this is number 5, is the barber industry undercharging for cuts? Yeah, I do think the barber industry is undercharging for cuts, but there's so many different levels to that question. There's the fact that we need to up the standard of training. There's so many different standards within the industry. You can walk down our high street round the corner, and we're like a premium men's salon. We try and educate all the time, so we demand a higher price because we hold ourselves to a higher level of work, and we try and keep the shop clean. We do many different things to reflect our pricing. Then there's other people who don't do as much. You know, you do less of a time in and they're less educated, so they charge a little bit of a lower price. We need to come together as an industry and all be on one level so we can start raising the prices. It's interesting because there was a period of time about 10 years ago that the Americans went through the same thing. And now that you see that their industry is prospering, now we used to really head the game. We used to be a lot further along than pretty much anyone in Europe and anyone across the pond in America. And now you see the fact that if we don't level up our industry quite quickly, the Americans are going to take over if they haven't already. They're charging a lot more. They're all licensed. The standards are a lot better overall, you know, and I think it's probably happening in Europe as well. Especially, you know, you go and have a look at some of the Russians and stuff there, it works incredible. Don't get me wrong, you go on Instagram, there's a lot of Photoshop stuff, but I think overall there's a lot of great stylists and barbers over there. You look at the Canadians, everyone is seemed to be leveling up and coming together as an industry other than the British. And I think it's due to regulations. We don't have the support. We need to come together as an industry rather than try and be separated and try and go, well, you're not worth this, you're not worth that. Everybody needs to level up their education because you can go and work on the shop floor straight away. You don't need to have any qualification to work on the shop floor. And I think with different legislations and qualifications coming in, that would help us all keep a bottom line of the quality and the price of a haircut. Because you do your 10,000 hours to, or let's say 5,000 hours to get to that qualification, you have to be charging a certain amount just so you can pay off the fees and the courses that you've done. So there's so many levels to that, but on a whole, the barber industry is undercharging for cuts, and I would like to see the next 5 to 10 years the industry start flourishing, start charging what it needs to, and maybe channels like us here at Hotheads Media can help the industry grow and help people understand that we need to come together and raise the whole industry as a whole, pretty much. Yeah. So yeah, we are definitely undercharging for cuts. So that is the show today. We'll see you all next week on another weekly update. Have a blessed week. I hope you all have a busy week as well. And yeah, I'll see you all next week. Take care.